softball, then you are going to love the Fastpitch TV show. We're bringing you more interviews, more videos, and more product reviews than anyone else on the planet. Sit back and get ready. Here's the Fastpitch TV show.
Hello, I'm your host Gary Leland, and this is the Fastpitch TV show. Now, I try to bring you a new episode of this show every week. Just check out my website every Friday at www.fastpitch.tv. Now, this is the home of the Fastpitch TV network and the place to find all my softball videos and softball blogs. It's a network for Fastpitch softball. So please, take a look after you finish watching this episode of the show. Now, before I go any further in this episode, I want to thank one of our partners, MarkWorks Sports. They're located at markworksports.com and have a great selection of softball and baseball and football and every sport there is sporting goods. MarkWorks Sports, sporting goods for your sporting life. Now, in this week's show, I'm bringing you an interview with Bob Pinto and Scott Gilpin. Both are with the FCA softball, that's Fellowship of Christian Athletes softball, and both were involved with the Wounded Warriors versus Fellowship of Christian Athletes softball game that was held here in Dallas a few weeks ago, or actually Fort Worth. Now let's go to that interview right after this message. Hey guys, I want to thank you both for joining us here. This is a pretty exciting event. We're at the Wounded Warriors versus the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And tell me exactly who you are and what you actually you're responsible for here with the FCA.
Well, FCA softball started about 2.5, 3 years ago, and it was just a calling that God put on my heart, just to bring the good news of Jesus Christ to the softball world. And He sent some amazing women like my wife Dot and Leah Miko, Jenny Finch, Shelly Stokes. I mean, we have some amazing role models, and we're just trying to go through the doors He opens, and He's opened a lot of doors and different things, but for this event, this was really Scott's idea, and God put that on his heart, so he can tell you about that. But the ministry is thriving, we're growing, and it's just really exciting stuff that's going on.
Well, Scott, how'd you come up with this idea?
About a couple years ago, I just happened to see a real grainy, real short YouTube of the men playing, and I called Bob and I said, I don't know exactly what that means, but we need to do something to lift these guys up. We just need to get involved. So we started calling some of the best, you know, on the guys' side and the women's side, and they really have come, opened up their hearts and really have come to us to help us put our roster together. And then we try to play them as many times as we can throughout the year. We'll have 3 times actually this year, hopefully 4. Next year, maybe a 2 or 5 or 6, you know, in 14. But, you know, we're trying to get our rosters together so we can just play them in some fun softball and really lift them up, but also use it as a vehicle to put Christ forward as Christian athletes, being able to play in the softball world, play hard, have fun, and the word of Christ through softball.
So last year you had one in Florida. That was your first one. This year you're having several, and you're going to get up to 6 and start like a tour?
Oh, I hope so. You know, David Van Sheets is the coach of the Wounded Warriors, and we're talking about in 14, maybe 6 spots across the country. Hopefully making that a tour. We're hoping to come back to Texas, making this one place that we definitely have. And trying to get across the country and getting our word out, getting their word out, and making it a great softball event for the towns and the people that are there.
So Bob, how hard is it to get people involved with this?
Well, we have volunteers, but you're talking about this event here?
No, I meant sarcastically being how hard is it to get people involved?
It's not hard to get people involved. A lot of people want to meet our athletes, and a lot of people absolutely want to meet the Wounded Warriors for what they've been to our country. So it's not that hard.
How long has FCA been around?
Actual FCA or
FCA softball?
It's going on 3 years now. But FCA the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been around for about 55 years now. So.
But tomorrow we have a double header out here, and this looks like a pretty good event. And I'm kind of excited to come watch it because I've only seen them on TV myself. So this ought to be pretty good. I'll be taking a lot of shots. Tell me, do the Wounded Warriors, do they pretty much, I know on the FCA team, y'all have different players at different games. Are the Wounded Warriors pretty much the same people every time?
They have a much tighter core on their roster than we do. Naturally, when we play across the country, it depends on what our Olympians can do, and they're all coaching and they're all working. Some are in Japan, and the whole piece of the puzzle. But the men have a tighter core. They pick up 2 or 3, depending upon who's in college, who's hurt, and that kind of stuff. But their core is a little bit tighter than ours.
And then I notice also that I see FCA at a lot of things now. FCA softball, y'all are here. Y'all are at the NFCA convention. You guys are really coming on the scene. So is your community or organization growing pretty much?
It is definitely growing, and it's really exciting. There's a lot of things going on. Scott's coming on staff in November. At the NFCA convention, we have a coaches breakfast there. Patty Gasso actually speaking. Keynote speaker at our coaches breakfast. He's also being inducted into NFC Hall of Fame that same night, so that's exciting. The night before, Dr. Jeff Duke, who does coaching seminars, is going to be doing something for us, and Wednesday night we'll probably have a social or something like that. But we'll definitely have a presence there, and then we have the Wounded Warrior event December 1st in Claremont, so that whole week will be pretty busy. So come on out and see us.
I've been to your breakfasts the last 2 years, and Aaliyah spoke last year, which was a great talk there. So anything you want to tell these people about this for future stops? Because most people, this won't come out till after this event's over. But anything you want to tell them about future stops or anything, because I know they should come out and see this.
Oh, definitely. First of all, it's an inspiration family event on both sides of the dugouts. With the men playing, with our Christian athletes out there, it's just a great family event, extremely inspirational to coaches and parents and players of all ages. We also try to tell everybody we want you to fill the stands to recognize the men and their sacrifice. So we try to do that at every place that we go, making sure that the crowds are involved, the towns are involved. We try to get everybody that we go to locally, Chamber of Commerce, VFWs, and Legions, the whole spread, try to get them here just to see what we're all about. And so again, anywhere we go, come on out. It's usually very cost affordable, and it's a great family event, great Christian event.
Bob, where would they find out more information about this or FCA softball? Or
I'm glad you asked. FCAsoftball.org. We're on Facebook at Facebook/FCA softball or Facebook.com/FCA softball. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. I don't even know what some of that stuff means, but we have Christina Miles who does that stuff for us. So we're easy to find. So if you really want to find us, you can.
And like I said, you ought to check this event out. It's worth seeing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you taking the time for me.
Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot.
Do you need a softball bat? Do you want to save $30? SoftballJunk.com is offering an additional $30 discount off the price of all non-sale softball bats on their website. That's right, $30. So the next time you buy a bat, go to SoftballJunk.com and enter the code FPTV30 during checkout. And wham! You just put a cool $30 in your pocket.
Welcome back. Now that last short clip of the commercial you saw, that was my daughter Amanda, and she was telling you about my online softball store, softballjunk.com. I have a brick and mortar store here in Arlington too. Now I hope you wrote down the code number she gave you. If not, rewind this show and get it now, okay? Now anytime you buy a bat at softballjunk.com or even in my store, if you use that code at checkout, you'll save $30 on a softball bat. And you can use that code over and over and over and over. So if you buy a bat like every year or 2 bats a year, that's $60 a year, almost forever. So all you need to remember is the code, okay? So write that down, put it in your phone or whatever. Now if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you need to look at all the apps today that I've built. I've built 8 different apps for the iPhone and iPad. Just go to apps.fastpitch.tv to see them all. And don't forget to check out our new skills video channel at coacheslook.com. It's a great way for high school players to get noticed by college coaches, and best of all, it's free. All you have to do is have a video on YouTube and you're ready to go. So until next week, this is your host, Gary Leland, saying goodbye and thanks for watching.
This show is a member of the Fastpitch TV network. See all our shows and blogs at www.fastpitch.tv.